Joel is number 1, Andrew is number 2. I am late, and I was gonna honestly potentially DM you guys or do a post, and I was like, I'll just try to get in as soon as I can. Baby life. A little late. I didn't go to yoga. Taylor let me sleep in, or sleep, I should say. He took the full night shift, which has been the first since he was born. So it was an amazing break. So applaud everyone for Taylor taking the hit last night. So here we are, just a little late. I was trying to let him get more sleep, that is all. Okay, moving on. What do we got here? Tapajos. Okay, good. Tapajos are one of the, in my opinion, prettier ones. They're big, they're elegant, they're really pretty. They're one of Amanda's favorite fish. Oh my goodness! Gold sailfins, guys. Oh my goodness. That's exciting. And also, baby knives. Oh, Joel, yes, the baby's great. He's a little vocal this morning. But anywho, knives, what you should know is that we have to keep them together temporarily because we have so many. There's no way for us to safely, like, throw them all over the store, but they hate being together. So, don't do this. It helps that there's so many that it kind of divides things, but they normally are just beating each other up. They absolutely hate it. Do not get more than one for your tank because that is just not nice. Yes, some fish can figure it out, work it out, but nobody wants to die. But that doesn't mean they're happy and they're thriving, etc. So everybody needs to know that. Don't mix them together. The reason being also is because they don't use sight. They use electrical sensories to find their way around the tank, and it's aggravating and interfering when there's more than one in a tank. So that's why it's not a chemical thing, it's not a smell thing. It's truly like a, oh my gosh, I don't know where I'm going, because there's other guys doing the same thing. So, oh, and the Tapajos are $69.99. Okay, let's start at the other side, go our way around. Still have some of those guys left. Honestly, I know everybody picks over and gets all the red ones, but the blue ones are really pretty too. Especially if you have a more natural tank, the blue really, really, really stands out since it's so shiny. Don't know if these were here last week, but it's a nice full tank of them. Also some nice larger gold angels. And I wish I knew how to better tell girls from boys, and that's probably something that I really need to conquer, because it would be so incredibly helpful if I knew, because nobody else in the store seems to know how to tell extremely well. Bruce is probably one of the best. Then Steve for sure is up there. But with how much I enjoy recommending them for community tanks, I only recommend solos for the majority of the time, because most people these days do have smaller tanks. So, oh, also, if I talk a lot more clearly today, it might be because I have a few brain cells. Oh, that's so great. Okay, so yes, if anybody had like a 55 gallon or bigger, then I would say, oh, and there's still some of the gold angels left. Then we would want to do like 5 boys, which would be super exciting to be able to select that. So, ooh, okay, they're out. Guys, okay, don't look. But Steve said that I was probably the only person he's ever seen have an albino red tail shark. I have a picture of him from like forever ago with a picture of baby Julius in the background. And the albino red-tailed shark, I was a dum-dum and I didn't follow our rules, but at the time I was so new, I didn't know. And I got another shark and then I killed it, and it was so stupid of me. But these guys are so uncommon. It is super duper cool, especially to see little babies, because mine was already like medium-ish. But they are ultra rare. Ultra rare. So that's probably, I mean, maybe the distributor will have more batches of them. He had to get them through quarantine. They're finally out of quarantine. I had to keep it a secret because I didn't know how they were going to do in quarantine, etc. But yes, so and what's a bonus, because albino fish are visually impaired, these are going to be a lot more docile than their counterpart. So, for any of you having like a 30-gallon or bigger that has a semi-aggressive or even slightly more peaceful leaning, normally I'd never recommend them to do with like, say, angelfish or certain types of tetras. I still wouldn't do them with like guppies if the tank is on the smaller side, but oh my goodness, I am so excited to have those. And they are not anywhere near as bright as they should be. And if you've ever noticed that when your fish are super happy, they get really shiny and iridescent, and when you do that on top of a white body, it is so pretty, like really pearlescent, and then their tail is going to be like bright red. So yeah, I'm really excited. Ooh. And last week, Steve was like, hey, you got so excited about the fish, it was so great. Yeah, I'm genuinely excited. Oh, these guys, I love these guys too. They just are so unique. So these are the gold glow light tetras. And you probably can't tell on camera, but they are just, honestly, I think they're very striking. And being on the blue really helps amplify that, even though they're not necessarily like full color, and it's really hard to kind of see on camera for some of these fish. Yeah, sorry guys. But they have that really iridescent orange line on them, and that's how the normal glow lights are, but seeing it on the orange body, just something about it that really like, And maybe I'm just like partial to that like pinky orange kind of dancing on the line of being like, it's almost like a neon coral. That's a good way of saying it. Nice little greens. Ooh, Paleatus. You almost have all the flavors. Oh, yeah, we do. The golds are right there. Gold, green, Paleatus. Trifecta. All right. Oh, look at the penguins. Oh, okay. Let's see how they're doing over here. The impas and the blues. Yeah, they're still coloring up really nicely. Oh, look at the blues. So, these fish we do have for sale. Not in this tank, but this tank is the display tank to show you, because around the store, they don't look this bright. So, I'm so glad that they actually took to the decorations really well. Not as high contrast, because, I mean, the blue and the orange would contrast really well if the tank was a little bit more cool-toned. That would help quite a bit amplify that, but they're still really cool. And a nice chunky batch of gold white clouds. And then wee little tiny regulars. Oh yes, Tim? Ooh, Steve, if you're listening to this, I would love to see all of the flavors or more of the flavors on rotation of the rosy barbs. That would be pretty sweet. So if you didn't know, there are, let's call it 3, to be more simple, types of rosy barbs. There's the traditional ones, which are going to be the half orange, half greenish gold. And when I say gold, I mean like the metal gold, not goldfish gold. So that is the traditional color. Then there's the neon rosy barbs, not glow, neon. Neon would mean that the boys are like a light pink but sparkly, like a normal princess pink, kind of pink, girly pink, not like glowfish pink. They would be like a pink with like almost like a gold sparkle overlay. Those would be the neons. And then there's the glass rosy barbs, which are see-through, but they are still, and this is, so we'll go over here. A lot of these are the glass rosy barbs. So that is a boy glass rosy barb. So it's gonna have the orange with the top being more of a yellowish color. In a traditional one, because it would be opaque, it wouldn't come across as kind of yellow, it would come across as gold. So these are all technically glass rosy barbs. I do regularly see us get traditional rosy barbs, and that's usually what most people wind up getting. But the neons I haven't seen in a hot minute. And then I do believe this would be kind of like a fourth. Oh, there's laser Corys up here, by the way. That's what I was. And these are the blue tetras. So let's have a stare. So there's the three, and then I believe there's a glass neon rosy barb as well, where it's going to be a little bit more vivid of a color. So those are the glass, just kind of an orange and a yellow. This would be a little bit more of that pinky color instead of orange. I don't know. You'd have to almost see it in person. Because recently when I Googled pictures of them, nobody knows what they're talking about. There's a few accurate images, but it's going to be really hard to kind of sift through there. But based on my description, you might be able to find accurate images. We've got the nice, these guys are really cool. I don't know if it came across on camera just yet, but they get blue sparkles to them. So these guys are really cool. You probably got these from a local guy. And the Swalen Corys. That's like such a perfect size. They're so cute at that size. And then the pandas mixed in with the newer neon red Rasboras. So what's cool about these guys is they have the same body shape and color placement as the blue Rasboras, which are blue. And this particular batch that we have of blue Rasboras actually also has a really nice black fin at the bottom like these guys do. So it'd be super duper cool if someone got these and mixed them with the blues. Or just in general. These guys are really cool. Everybody's sleeping on them. But if you're I would, and this is where like the internet can be helpful, but it misses out on so many fish. Everybody's got ember tetras now, which they're cool. I'm not saying they're not cool, but that's only because like the internet has been talking about chilies and embers and galaxies for like a few years now, but they don't have a clue about some of these really cool fish that exist. Same thing with, they've come up. Sit the monkeys, the little pygmy chain loaches, Julie Corys. But yeah, there's so many cool fish out there that we're gonna wind up getting that the internet doesn't talk about, so then I'm still stuck in this tornado of, oh, they're cool, you need to believe me. And I definitely appreciate when people just trust me and let me send them home with fish that I think they're definitely gonna like, and then voila, lo and behold, you wind up liking them. Because when you take a fish away from a store literally surrounded by hundreds of fish tanks, you're gonna wind up liking it, because you get to really kind of, you could say, have a more close relationship with your tank. You're staring at it more. You're not comparing it to other things. Flagfish. Oh, I love these guys too. So, I didn't really stare at them long enough last time. Oh, and there's not really... Oh, there's a nice one. These guys are good as you can do a ratio of girls and boys, but you can also do solos. They are semi-aggressive, so I wouldn't put them in. And it says on here 40-gallon tank. I don't know. I would probably be okay with a 20-gallon with the right fish for sure. But they are super cool. They have such a unique pattern to them. I might. Now I'm thinking about it. I might have to steal one for a display tank just so he can color up. I'd hate to take the last boy though. I'm hoping that some of the ones that are in that tank though are probably boys. What? Another? Oh, some Lone Ranger Corys. Look at them go. Little best friends. La 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 la. Oh yes, Tim. Oh, cool. Yes, Tim was one of the first people to get the blueberries. I'm glad they colored up for you. Ooh. Oh. These guys are cool. What's funny is that Ross has been on a live berry kick and so kind of have I, trying to scope out our choice. And platies, nobody breeds platies really all that often. I would say because they're, as Ross has told me, their gestation is quite a bit longer than guppies and mollies, so that's part of it. But I wouldn't really be afraid if you got mollies if they bred in your tank, because if you do breed them, you can definitely still bring them in for a little in-store credit. So, but these guys are super cool. And it's always better, honestly, if you do keep to one strain. So these are called peppermint platies. I love that color. I'm definitely a huge fan of fish that have a little bit more natural colors, but honestly, I get you guys. Like, I do get it that everybody wants color. You want, like, something striking, something that's just, like, very vivid. And some of these guys, especially, like, the cherry barbs, for example, they get such rich, deep reds, and it's so pretty. But sometimes you just can't compare to a crayon. Strawberries, by the way, I personally like the strawberries better than the chilies. One, because they're underrated, and two, because the internet doesn't talk about them. But three, I personally think that they have a little bit better color. I don't know. I'm a fan of the fact that it has a few more markings, so something a little bit more interesting to them. They also tend to come in a little bit more uniform in size and body and weight and really like endurance, hardy, you could say, seeming, robust. There we go. They come in a little bit more robust. Not saying that the chilies aren't, but just kind of hit the ground running. And then what's cool is that their dots are black, but again, they get that really pretty blue overlay to them, almost like how a green Cory cat gets that. Alright. Look at me go. Oh, it's so nice to have all my marbles in a jar. Ooh, we have some Amazons. The puffers, that is. One of the few puffers that doesn't seem to mind being with each other, and is also really chill with other fish, which is great. Ooh! Oh my goodness, you guys. I have not seen a triple red this nice in an insanely long time. He is mint. Oh, look at that one! Oh my goodness! Guys, NM48. I am serious. Like, we've had triple reds before, and some I would almost even consider not triples. But when they have the actual black in, like, as flaming markings, and they have fully red saturated fins, oh my goodness. These guys are, like, really, really great. There's a few, like, males that are in, and it's amazing to see not just, like, one really nice one, but, like, several nice ones. This is really, really cool, guys. Yay for Steve. I don't know where you got those from, but those are chef's kiss. And don't forget that Apistos do very much prefer not well water. If you put them on well, chances are they're just going to fry out over time. Even with a drip, they're already kind of a fragile fish, kind of in general. So please be either Milwaukee County, Lake Michigan water, or reverse osmosis water. And then it really wouldn't hurt to spoil them a little bit with frozen food on a regular basis, but oh my goodness, those guys are incredible. I've been here a really long time, guys, and it doesn't take, and I've said this numerous times, but in case anybody hasn't heard me say this, it takes a lot for me to get excited about things. But yeah, those are, I've been just kind of like, oh, okay, you know. We used to have a triple red on the counter like years ago, and he was gorgeous and amazing, and the person who took care of him literally fed him little globes of vitamin-rich frozen food that she made in teeny tiny amounts, and it was great to see that. And that was just like my only memory of like the best triple red. There's not even really great, oh, I need to talk about these. There's not even great pictures about the triple reds where they have the correct coloration. But anywho, here we are. I originally thought that these would be a good unique candidate for Tim and Charlotte, but upon more reading, I don't know how stable they will be because they are an acid lover. That doesn't mean everything, because clearly there are some fish that can make that leap and it's not that big of a deal, but these are called pike gouramis or crocodile pike gouramis, or they're not technically a gourami, they're kind of called a gourami because they have bottom fins, they're pectoral fins, nope, pelvic fins, there we go, that look like gouramis pelvic fins, really long and wispy. But they are little predatory guys. They're like a stick version of a leaf fish. But they're so fun. They're like tiny little pikes. They're so cool. And then they're gonna get like a really earthy natural coloration to them with then like some little sparkles on their side. Almost like a pearl gourami sparkles. Ooh. We've got a clown knife. Not clown. Oh my goodness, guys. I swear I did sleep. Black ghost knife, medium small arowana, and a peacock bass. And then mango plecos. Little red-tailed cats. Red-tailed sharks. Okay. I got ahead of myself. Oh, we had talked about the wallas last week. What else? Oh yeah, I was showing the electric jacks. Charlotte, I don't remember. They would have to go in your big tank. I want to say that it was like not super small, because I remember like making a note of like, oh, he's gonna get a little too big and he likes acid water, so that's why I was just like, ah, bummer, because I thought he was gonna be a really cool unique thing for you, but then his criteria seemed to not be as fitting. It's definitely something you can try. Do a drip acclimation, and then maybe if you're starting to do like a feeder situation, then you could get the leaf fish. Brevis with some Julies. Catapunctatus with some more Julies. Lupi and Burchardi and Du Boisi. Treticephalus and Cylindricus. Black Widows, Yellow Compressiceps. More Du Boisi. Oh wait, no. Those are Kaisers. I'm sorry. These are the Kaisers. I knew there's Du Boisis coming up. I got the tanks mixed around. Cobalts. Compressiceps. Isn't it funny how somebody, the most dominant male, probably because he's overcompensating, is the one with the crooked face. You guys are all very excitable. Oh, here's a perfect example. And it does get diffused a little bit more. But that guy who's in the corner, he's the outcast. He's the one that everybody has agreed, we don't like him, he needs to be shunned. So if you ever see a fish doing that, where he's like in a corner, swimming weird, that means that if you don't get him out of there, he will die. Not because he's sick, because he's being rejected. Ooh. Alright, so we've got some Ali-ish, Otopharynx-ish, Obes, obviously, red shoulder-ish, and, Victorian. You need to snag those guys. And then dolphin. And M13. A few nice Victorians in there. Always good for an African tank that doesn't have them yet. Oh, do we have another? Yep, VC10s, Demasoni, and one random Red Empress? Oh, wait. It might actually be a coloring male? Is that the dominant male? I guess so. It looks like an... But look, see how different he looks? So, that one, right there, center of the camera, how he has no markings, is most likely, looks to be, the dominant male in this tank. And everybody else would probably be like, I want the ones with the spots. Well, you want him, because that's a known male, and since most haps don't color up this early, you want him. That's the trick. There's a few other males I'm actually noticing, which is nice. When you have a fresh batch, you can compare a lot easier and pick them out. And strangely, even though, like, most of the time it doesn't matter to pick out the most colorful one, in this case it does. Every time you pick out the most colorful one, which is definitely a more guaranteed male, then a different male gets a chance to color up. So we get to more easily kind of pick through and sift through and get all the... You look like a clown. Do you see him? Look at the jewel. The turquoise jewels did color up quite a bit more now. But look at him. We're gonna zoom in. Look at his face. He looks like he's wearing clown makeup. Okay, zooming out. But I guess to answer your question, Charlotte, I thought I remember seeing like 8+ inches. Upon first glance, I would not have chalked them up to look like that, or to get that big. Ooh, the lights are on. I don't know how often Amanda gives a tour of this tank, but... Oh, the camera's really not doing it justice. I don't have my lens on. Amanda will show you tomorrow. Ooh, also, this, if nobody knows, is our saltwater beginner tank. So what we did was everything we tell new people we would like them to do and try to keep things as easy as possible. And we're doing as little interference as far as like, let's call it OCD maintenance, because we can. We have 30 people that work here. We could easily have this tank being scrubbed every single day to make it look like it's pristine all the time. But we wanted to show you guys, and I said this a few weeks ago, what is normal to see in a saltwater tank as it ages. This is very normal, perfectly normal. Algae on the glass, weird bubbles on the glass, wispies on the rocks, and it goes through different phases. And there is a video of this tank as it goes through its different stages. And this one in particular is leaning towards as easy as possible, as eventually kind of self-nurturing as possible. So we've got a fluval saltwater light, because you do still need somewhat decent lighting to do anything that needs to grow. We could probably get away with something a little bit more low end than this if you wanted to experiment, but this was at least a safe place. We do also have this UV hang on the back filter. As you can see, there's no extra blowers in here right now. But what's nice about this UV filter is it's not anything crazy fancy equipment. It has the UV, it has 2 valves, one for the surface skimmer and one for the normal intake. So you get surface skimming as well as normal intake. You get the UV sterilization, which is awesome for helping keep things a little bit more dampened. It helps with preventing as big of algae blooms and as big of disease outbreaks. And on top of that, we've got a basket system. So that allows you to have a little bit more flexibility like you would in any AIO all-in-one filter system. So you can customize your media based on your personal preferences or needs. So yeah, it's a really awesome filter. You maybe spend the most on just the filter and the light. Everything else in there is like really inexpensive. It's really easy to do. We're kind of going through all the little baby steps along in that tank, so keep an eye out for those. Also, I think I showed you guys the cannonballs, so I won't go over that again. Just trying to see if there's anything else new over here. I don't think so. Let's go over the plants. We're gonna go out. Oh boy. Since I started late, I'm gonna have to wrap things up after the plants. So, big quick overview of the plant section here. Alright, that's it for today, guys. We'll see you around. Is that it? Oh, Annabelle's on. Oh, the tanks that she's talking about, they aren't stocked yet. So I really don't think we have those to show just yet. But I will, if they're out, then I'll do them next week, Saturday. So, yeah, that's a good topic for, I think, next Saturday. So, ta-ta for now.